Got one on the drop it!
It has been more than a year since a man armed with a knife was shot and killed by Roseville police. Investigators determined the shooting was justified and the officer was not charged.
But now that man's family is filing a lawsuit claiming their loved one was actually the victim of the unlawful deadly force. Here's Fox 2's Charlie Langton with their story.
Drop the f***ing knife! Dispatch, step it up. I've got one at gunpoint. Got one on the drop it!
We do not shoot people in that situation.
The situation is that a $10 million lawsuit has been filed by the family of 57-year-old Frank Robles after Frank was shot by a Roseville police officer after a traffic crash when Frank refused to put down a 4-inch fishing knife. This all happened back in April 2022.
My client was involved in a head-on collision with a semi-truck. My client was dazed, he was disoriented, he was confused, he was likely suffering from post-traumatic stress at the time.
But video released by the Macomb County Sheriff's Department, who had been investigating the officer's action, show that Frank did have a knife and failed to obey the officer.
What he did not do is he never waved the knife, he never asserted that knife forward towards the officer, he never made a statement to the officer that he intended to harm him. He did nothing to threaten the officer other than possess the knife in his hand at his side.
In fact, the Macomb County Sheriff determined that the officer did nothing wrong.
I don't understand why Macomb County would be investigating an officer within their jurisdiction, Roseville, why they wouldn't farm this out to the state police or some other outlying county.
But whenever a police officer is sued, the issue of qualified immunity could prevent the lawsuit altogether. True?
The officer's actions eventually have to be deemed by a court or a jury to be reasonable or unreasonable. And if a court and jury find it to be unreasonable, then qualified immunity will not apply.
But the officer's going to say, I was in fear of my life, my fellow officers, the public. This was out in the open.
Every officer says that in a fatal shooting.
The City of Roseville has denied any wrongdoing in this civil case. No court date has yet been set. In Roseville, Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News.